Let's register on the electoral list. This is a message from Equinoxe Television.
To all of you viewers of Equinoxe Television, thank you so much for joining us on this other edition of the news. Our major story tonight, Habemus Pam Pam. It is a Latin phrase which means we have a new pope. After waiting anxiously for close to 2 days, Catholic Christians across the world are now excited as the smoke from the chimney of the Sistine Chapel changed from black to white. A while ago, minutes ago, as the white smoke rose from the Sistine Chapel, pilgrims could be seen shouting for joy as the Catholic Church now has the 267th Pope of the Roman Catholic Church. In this edition of the news, we bring to you the atmosphere at the Vatican, at St. Peter's Basilica, and precisely around the Sistine Chapel. For now, the conclave is over, and we are waiting to have the name of the Sovereign Pontiff elected a while ago by cardinals at the Sistine Chapel. And in other news, one person has died following confrontations with police officers in Douala, precisely at a locality there called Douche. The victim, a trader, was protesting over the seizure of his goods. That was some moments ago. Viewers, those are our lead stories. Details when we come back. Welcome back, viewers. Thank you so much for the confidence. Joy within the Catholic community across the world, as over 1.5 billion Catholics are now shouting for joy, saying or chanting Habemus Pam Pam, which means that we have a new Pope. At the Vatican, there has been shouts of joy, especially at the St. Peter's Basilica, as the Christians have been waiting there for several hours or even 48 hours for the new Pope. After waiting anxiously for close to 2 days, Catholic Christians, we told you, across the world are now excited, as you can see on your screens, as the smoke from the chimney of the Sistine Chapel changed from black to white. Minutes ago, you can see there on the screens, as the white smoke rose from the Sistine Chapel, pilgrims could be seen shouting for joy as the Catholic Church now has the 267th successor of St. Peter, that was after the demise of the Pope, that was Pope Francis. And we have been telling you that the atmosphere at the Vatican and the St. Peter's Basilica, precisely around the Sistine Chapel. For now, the conclave is over, and we are waiting to have the name of the new Sovereign Pontiff elected by the College of Cardinals a while ago at the Sistine Chapel, while the white smoke was emitted above the Sistine Chapel, which signals the cardinals have chosen a new Pope. On the second day of the conclave, the identity of the new Pope, I told you a while ago, will be revealed soonest. At the moment, journalists are still waiting for the proclamation of the Habemus Pam Pam, a Latin phrase which means we have a new Pope. The bells of St. Peter's Basilica have been ringing to welcome the news that a new Pope has been elected to head the Roman Catholic Church across the world. The crowd in the Vatican's main square burst into applause when they saw the white smoke oozing from the chimney of the Sistine Chapel. Sure, we will be coming back to that detailing in our subsequent news editions and also in our subsequent programs on Equinoxe Television, just to let you know that our correspondent Landry is at the Vatican, and he'll be telling us about the joy of the Catholic faithful, the pilgrims, visitors, and also tourists who have been camping around the Vatican for several hours, about 48 hours, because we know that the votes began yesterday with the 133 cardinals, and the first smoke which emitted from the Sistine Chapel was the black smoke. The second smoke again was another black smoke, and later on this evening, a while ago, as we got into the studio, we got information from the Vatican that the white smoke was finally emitted, indicating that there is a new Pope to head the Roman Catholic Church. We are just now waiting for who that person is. Is the new Sovereign Pontiff from Africa? Is the person from Europe or from Latin America, like the former Pope Francis? We'll be giving you that information in our subsequent news editions and also in subsequent programs on Equinoxe Television. Now we stay in religion, we come back to the country. The Diocese of Buea has marked 75 years of its existence with the solemn celebration. This was during a mass officiated by the Apostolic Nuncio to Cameroon and Equatorial Guinea, Archbishop Jose Alvino Betancourt, at the Divine Mercy Co-Cathedral in Buea. The historic event, attended by a cross-section of bishops in Cameroon, served as a venue for reflection on the strides made by the diocese so far and the goals yet to be attained. Rex Afon is our man on that beat. He tells us more from Buea.
History and faith meet in Buea as the diocese, the first to be created in Cameroon, celebrates its 75th anniversary. A special mass is held at the Divine Mercy Cathedral, presided over by Archbishop Jose Alvino Betancourt, Apostolic Nuncio to Cameroon and Equatorial Guinea. Bishops from across the country, including the President of the Episcopal Conference, Andrew Fwanyankeya, joined the faithful in this landmark event.
It is our faith that we celebrate. I want to thank God for giving us that opportunity, for having this celebration, and to thank all those who assisted. We are calling for a diocesan synod so that we can ask a question after 75 years of existence as a diocese. What type of Buea diocese do we want? So together with the members of Christ Lay Faithful, the religious, the priests, and myself, we are going to sit and have an evaluation of the state of the diocese. Of course, there are things that are existing in the diocese that are good, that we have to maintain. There are also certain things that we may need to take some decisions and give proposals on how we can live and live better in a united way, in communion with one another.
During the ceremony, a medal of recognition is awarded to Bishop Emeritus Emmanuel Bushu and others for their long and dedicated service to the Church. Christians are called upon to pray fervently for the Universal Church and for the election of a new Pope during the ongoing conclave in the Vatican.
It was a milestone, but today we thank God that we have had the grace to go through and to be part of this blessing.
75 years today is a milestone, and we are all happy and excited, and we feel blessed.
Let us pray.
The governor of the Southwest region, Bernard Okalia Bilai, and some dignitaries of the region join in the celebration, underscoring the importance of the church in the region's spiritual and social life.
Now moving on to something else, we told you in the headlines that traders at the Douche Municipal neighborhood here in Douala have gone outrageous in protest following the death of one of theirs attributed to police brutality and inhumanity. The angry traders say that their colleague died at Lakentini Hospital after collapsing at the police post in the market when his merchandise were intercepted or seized and returned. For me, Antron Sanda was there. We take these reports from Formi Armstrong Sanda, which tells us that traders of the Douche Municipal Market in Douala have gone on the rampage in protest following the death of one of theirs that was a while ago, attributing his death to police brutality and inhumanity. The angry traders say that their colleague died at the Lakentini Hospital, but that was after he collapsed at the police post in the market there at Douche Municipal when his merchandise or goods were intercepted or seized and later returned. For me, you tell us more.
It is a young man of about 28 years that is being mourned in anger here by traders at the Douche Municipal. It is a terrifying atmosphere. They accuse police officials of causing the death of one of theirs. Information we got here says the young man came in the early hours of today and his goods were taken by police officials, and every effort to recover his goods failed and he collapsed and was rushed to the Lakentini Hospital where he died. That is the cause of the disturbing atmosphere here at the Douche Municipal.
On a demandé 2000 francs, on a demandé 5000 francs. Il a dit ouais pardon, j'ai 2000. Il n'avait pas vendu comme c'est jeudi. Comme c'est jeudi, on nous voit à 10h là, il venait d'arriver, oui. On a demandé maintenant, on a poussé son pouce pour partir. Il s'est évanoui. Ici là.
The shock is evident, the frustration is visible, the message is clear. They are victims of extortion. That is the message from traders of the Douche municipal here in the Douala 1 municipality. From Douche municipal in Aqua Douala. For me, I'm from Sanda, the last channel for Equinoxe television.
Sad indeed, thank you for me, and we will be telling you more as that story unfolds. In other news, the rate of rape cases in Cameroon continues to increase, women being the highest victims. The most recent case is in Bacham, a locality in the west region of the country, where a married woman has reportedly been raped by a man who claims not guilty, saying it is a conspiracy. Mala Glory takes us to Bacham.
Theophilus is a victim of torture, presently receiving treatment at the Bacham District Hospital, Bambutu's division in the West region. He was manhandled by a group of young people accusing him of rape. He says that as he got home from a village meeting, a group of individuals appeared before him and tied him up with a chain. According to some witnesses, this is as a result of a controversial letter signed by a notable sent to the paramount chiefdom of Bacham. He goes further to explain that there is an issue opposing two families, which is why the chief had to summon the two parties. Following the growing outcry from the local population, the paramount chief Adrian Sonkwe published a communique denouncing this act of torture, thus disassociating himself from such barbaric acts. This is because, according to the victim, it was an organized plot against him. He says he was deceived by his accuser with a married woman with whom they were friends. In a video circulating on social media, he was caught in the ladies' room all naked. After thorough investigations, the quarter head of Babubi 2 requested that the case be dropped.
Les deux parties se sont promis de faire la paix entre elles.
During the court hearing, the two parties agreed to make peace. Unfortunately, a chief from the neighboring village said that the case was poorly addressed and requested that the case be revisited.
Aller à la chefferie supérieure, prendre les convocations qu'il a signées en son nom.
Because of this accusation, another complaint has been deposited at the Bacham Gendarmerie Brigade for further investigation.
Maintenant, celui que les cardinaux ont choisi pour y répondre, voici l'annonce.
Annuncio vobis gaudium magnum. Habemus papam.